obviously big question throughout camp. Where are you at there?
I think Amani Jones is setting himself apart a little bit at the Mike backer. We got Welch and Jaiman there at the will. I think Nick Neiman's doing a good job, and I think Barrington Wade is also doing a job outside, so it gives us some flexibility. You know, we have Hockaday and Dylan Doyle at the mic. He looks like he's taking some charge over there, what's going on. So we're excited so far where we're at. We feel comfortable with the guys yet, but obviously we've got a lot to do yet.
Would Dylan Doyle be a guy then that you'd look at and think, maybe we won't redshirt him, maybe we need him right away?
Yeah, it's always a possibility with a lot of these guys, but he's definitely one of those guys.
Colbert's a name that keeps popping up. What have you seen that's impressed you?
I impressed him just the way he moves around and how he is attacking the ball. I mean, from last year to this year, you know, from the spring to the fall camp, I think he's really done a great job, and he's attacking better. He's starting to understand the defense, and he has more awareness of what's going on around him.
Or maybe some of the young guys in the secondary that have stood out to you in camp so far?
Julius Brents, he's really done a good job, and we're pleased with him. I think Riley Moss is a guy that is helping us out at a couple of different spots, and I'm sure he's going to be playing some special teams. And we're moving him around to different spots in the back end between safety and corner. But I think he's a good athlete, and he's showing some good life in him.
Is there a possibility to, with the puzzle at linebacker, to have Wade on the outside and Neiman at will? Are you trying to figure out that puzzle?
Yeah, we're trying to figure that puzzle. That's a good choice. He must have been in our meetings or something like that, but he's been working at both spots.
Neiman?
Yeah, Neiman has, and we put him in there a little bit. It's a little bit different way of looking at things, but I think he has a capability of playing inside, also the ability to play outside. It all depends how Barrington Wade comes along, and we feel comfortable with that, so we're excited about it. And Seth Benson is a guy that's working been outside. We're really pleased with what he's doing.
Phil, when you look at corner right now, I'm sorry, when you look at corner, is it right now definitely Hankins and Ojemudia, or has Brent's provided enough maybe upper mobility that he can get into that first year?
Yeah, I think so. I think a little bit of experience that OJ has and Matt Hankins has, they have a little bit more experience in the game plan. I definitely think he's our third guy. Josh Turner is really taken back from Green Bay, right?
Yeah.
But Josh Turner has really done some good things too, so we're excited about it with Julius. So them are my top four guys right now.
And do you anticipate then Brent's being on the field, like when you go nickel, probably being on the outside and sliding Hankins in? Is that
we can do multiple things. I think all three guys, I think OJ and Hankins and Julius can play inside or outside.
Are you guys a solid 8-9 yet on the defensive line as far as rotation goes?
Very excited about that. Obviously Parker Hesse's been the stable up there up front. I think Anthony Nelson's done a great job. You look at Matt Nelson, you got him back. And then, Cedric Latimer, he's in there. Now we moved Sam Brinks a little bit inside. Chauncey came up a little bit. Now he's working inside and outside, and I think he's more of an outside guy, but he can play inside a little bit. So we're very pleased with it. And I tell you what, Reef has really done a good job inside too. So we're looking at 8 to 9 guys there, and we're excited about that. And Epinesa obviously, is another guy that really can play on first and second downs.
You guys decided a few years ago to go to just put the pedal to the metal and go with 8 or 9 guys on defensive line. You think that's, you guys have built your roster up to where that works. Are you guys happy with the results? I mean, are you getting better Novembers, do you think?
I think we feel happy where we're at with the guys that we have right now. And I think it's the capability of what they can do and help us up front. And I think that's our strong point of our defense right now.
Okay.
So with having that rotation there, keeping them fresh is really going to help, on the pass rush, and also try and stop the run. I mean, that grind all the time on those up front guys, nobody understands it until you're out there doing it. It's a lot different than the skilled guys that might be actually at a point of attack maybe 5 or 6 times. These guys are at a point of attack every play for 70 or 80 plays a game.
What has Brent's done, I guess, as far as his skill set? Is it just his raw physical ability that's allowed him to elevate himself, or is it that and...
I think both, and able to pick up what we're doing scheme-wise. It's not like we do a lot of things, but, there's some, things on defense you have to do as a pattern read and playing certain coverages, and you got to read routes, and then you got to know who the support guy is, and I think he's done a good job of understanding where he has to be and what he has to do. And that's the biggest thing about when we take these freshmen is it's like a cram class right there for the first 2 weeks of camp, and how much can they learn. And if they can learn at a rapid rate, then they have a chance to help us out because we can see what they can do on the field to see if they have give us a chance to win.
Is Linderbaum still pushing? He was.
Yeah, Linderbaum's he's done a good job. We have someone that he's a guy that we're thinking about. He could be one of those guys where do you play him a little bit, not play. Definitely, he's one of those guys inside. We can help us.
How are you guys working with that the new 4-game rule and the ability to play guys at least a little bit to see what they can do?
Well, I don't know how that's all going to turn out, but we're going to play the best guys that can go out there. And if it's a freshman coming in and he can help us, I think we got to use him. And I don't know if we can worry about the 4-game. If the 4-game works out and you don't need to use them, that's great. But sometimes it doesn't work out.
With having so much inexperience at linebacker and still some question marks whether Wade's going to be the guy or Colbert or even